Smart on the video on the Inside Spurs channel. Happy Tuesday morning. It's still morning. Sorry, my clock's there. All right, so ignore me. Hope you're well. Hope the day is treating you well, or it's about to treat you well. Whatever it is that you're doing, if you're working, you're not working, whatever. I hope the day is going well. In this video, though, we are talking a little bit of an update around the striker list. We've got plenty of names on it. We have some new names on it as well, which is quite exciting, as you can see by the man in the thumbnail, Mr. Victor himself. So we're talking about the list, talking about the guys on the list. I do want to quickly touch on tonight's game as well, and kind of this weird media obsession at the moment. The English football media is already pretty naff as it is, to be honest, at times, but I want to talk about it in a bit more detail as well. Anyway, just want to say, though, if you're new, subscribe. You're very much welcome to join us for the journey. And let me just quickly talk about tonight. Look, if you want Spurs to win or you want Spurs to lose, that's your decision. You've made that decision in all consciousness, right? Don't let people that like Arsenal, don't let people who hate Man City tell you otherwise, that you should be supporting one way or the other. Don't let people who hate Arsenal and want Man City to win it to tell you how you should support your own club. They're not your own club. You know, if you want Spurs to win or you want Spurs to lose, that's your decision. You've made that decision, and I respect that you've made your decision, because at the end of the day, it's your decision, not Gary Neville, Jamie Carragher, you know, anyone on Sky who seems they have a weird obsession with sort of Man City and winning the title and Arsenal winning the title, more than anyone else normally does. You know, the fact that I've seen more common sense from TalkSport should actually probably sit there and tell you everything that you need to know. Where you've got people who are actually Arsenal fans going, yeah, why would they want to beat Man City? Why would they want to get a result against Man City? I wouldn't, you know, and that's Arsenal fans saying that. But you'll get other Arsenal fans saying you don't support your own club properly because you don't want to get a result today, even though you could be fighting for top four. But wouldn't it be so typical? We win tonight, and then Aston Villa still get a result that they need to get top four, and Arsenal win the title. That would be the ultimate worst scenario. Just do what you want to do. Do what makes you happy. That's the important thing, all right? Don't listen to absolute morons in the media telling, like last night, you know, oh, that goal's good for them. Oh, that goal. No, it's not. You don't read the room. You don't gauge the room. So, enough of that. But it should be a good game regardless tonight. Anyway, let's talk about the striker list, because this is really fascinating, this striker list. You're going to really enjoy this, because I bloody did. This came from Paul O'Keefe, who put out that as Spurs look for a number 9 next season, among those under consideration, and by the way, he did say there is probably more that will emerge. This is just a bit of a list to start off with. He said Sancho Jimenez, Ivan Toney, Serhu Guirassy, Lois Openda, and Victor Gyokeres, which is fascinating. And then, by the way, I did go further down into sort of the replies. He did also say Dominic Solanke is on the list. He just isn't sure how high up or low down he is on the list. So I'm going to start with the man on the thumbnail himself, Victor Gyokeres. He has been in English football before. He's played for Brighton, which, by the way, I did not know he had played for Brighton. That shows you my ball knowledge. He's played for Swansea. He's played also for Coventry. Obviously, that was Coventry, his last move before going to Sporting Lisbon in the previous summer 2023. I think it was about 20 million euros or something. I don't exactly know. Don't hold me to that, okay? But let me tell you who he is, all right? So, Victor Einar Gyokeres, what a name. Born June 4th, 1998. So, what? In about three or so weeks' time, he will turn 26. So, he's just probably coming into just about his prime in the summer. He is a number 9, an out-and-out number 9. And his contract expires the summer of 2028. He also has a release clause of about 100 million euros, which I think is about 90 million pounds, somewhere in that realm, okay? This season, he's played 48 times across Liga Portugal, Europa League, Allianz Cup, and the Taça de Portugal. He has 41 goals in those 48 games, but he also has 15 assists. So he has 56 goal contributions in 48 games, and he's just under 4,000 minutes. Bonkers stats. And people always go, yeah, but it's the Portuguese league, it's this, that, the other. That regardless, it's still bonkers stats. There's a reason Chelsea are interested in him. There's a reason Arsenal are interested in him because he is a talented player. Now, I think people kind of look at it and go, well, he was in the Championship last year, so how good can he actually be? And I think people need to get out of that mindset. Don't look at the past, look at the present. And at the present, in terms of Europe, he's one of the best strikers in Europe. Okay? Let me talk about Lois Openda quick. All right, so Lois Openda on this list as well. He is a tad bit younger, okay? He's Ikoma Lois Openda. What a name again. You know me, I like a good name. Born February 16th, 2000. So he's 24. He's born 9 days before me. And I am much older than him. That hurts. I don't know why I did that. Obviously, a number 9, but can masquerade as a bit of a winger if necessary. His contract also expires in the summer of 2028. Another key point is Club Brugge, who he joined Lens from Club Brugge. I don't know how this has worked out. But anyway, they have negotiated a 12.5% sell-on clause, okay? So, just keep that one in mind. This season across the Bundesliga, the Champions League, the DFB Pokal and the DFL Super Cup, which, by the way, the DFB Pokal and the Super Cup played 3 games, didn't score or assist in those. So if you minus those games off, between the Bundesliga and the Champions League, he had played 41 times, 28 goals, 7 assists. So again, having a really great season at Leipzig. And they're having a good season as a whole. The key thing on Leipzig is, obviously, Xavi Simons will be going back to PSG this summer because he's on loan. Dani Olmo is expected to leave. So if you're making, let's say, 60 million euros on Dani Olmo, they're not going to have the need to sell. So if you're going to be buying Lois Openda, it's going to cost you a lot of money. It's not going to cost you 30 or 40 million. It's going to cost you a lot more than that. Obviously there's other players in their team they may end up selling as well, and it's going to make it even tougher. So when I always compare it to how Man United went about Anthony, just minus off the actual talent that he has, I'm just saying this is the situation. They wanted him early in the summer. They weren't proactive enough. Ajax ended up obviously then selling multiple players, raising loads of money. Then, when Man United go, well, we still want him, Ajax went, okay, well, what we wanted was this. It's now this. So the price has gone up another 20, 25 million euros, which Man United were foolish enough to pay. So if we do want Lois Openda, it's going to be one of those that you go in there and go, we need to get this one done ASAP. Don't wait until late July, because the price has probably already gone up quite a considerable amount. If you want him, go early, get him done early, forget about it. Forget about it. So there's those two. Obviously, we've talked about Jimenez, we've talked about Ivan Toney, we've talked about Serhou Guirassy, we've talked about Dominic Solanke. The one thing I would say about when people go, oh, I really like Lois Openda, when I talk about Serhou Guirassy, the reason why I'm interested in Serhou Guirassy, and people go, one season wonder, which I get that argument to some degree. I mean, he is also a player who has got 26 goals in 27 games with 2 assists and more than a goal and assist contribution every game for Stuttgart, which is a pretty comparable side in the Bundesliga. The reason I like him is because of his 17.5 million buyout clause. So you could get a Serhou Guirassy and another striker and go, boom, striker, finished. Now you would probably have to move off of Richarlison. But as long as you upgrade with your main striker signing in terms of the bigger signing, as long as that you feel is an upgrade on Richarlison, you could in theory move Richarlison on. You'd have Sonny out on the left. You'd still have Brennan Johnson and Kulusevski. Do you sign Timo Werner? And that's another thing that plays a part into the Lois Openda deal. Could you get both of them? Does it mean you have to go and get, Timo Werner to be able to sign a Lois Openda? That has just dawned on me. That's a good point by me. I don't make many, so let me have that one, all right? But I thought that was really fascinating, all those players, because I think there's some exciting players there. Look, who I think would be the best suited to this system would probably be Gyokeres or Openda. Do I think they're likely? I still think Gyokeres will end up at Arsenal, if I'm honest. I do. They don't need to fill out a squad as much as we do. We're obviously quite far behind on a timeline. We've only just started. They've done theirs for years. They spent, 700 million or whatever it is. Right now, it's about adding big signings, 2 or 3 a summer now. Nothing, they're not going to need to sign 5 or 6 players in the summer. 2 or 3, worth about 150 to 200 million. That's how they'll do it. It's how Man City have been doing it. You know, Liverpool, obviously, they had a massive turnaround. It's not something they do. They obviously, you know, money-wise, I think they play with a little bit less compared to those two teams. With us, I think, you know, if you're talking 90 million on Gyokeres, or if we said 50 to 60 million on Openda, I'd probably go the Openda route. He's a bit younger as well, but also it gives you money to work elsewhere and kind of go, look, we did that. You know, I mean, you look at it this way: Gyokeres and Openda or Gyokeres. I'll take those two, thanks. Because then I'm like striker sorted for a few years. Because Garassi's 28, he's not going to be 29 until the 2/3 through this next season. So you're going to have those two guys for a good 3 or 4 years. Great, kick on. Look at these other areas. You know, if you can go and get another left winger, it's left winger sorted for at least another season or two. Because you know Sonny's age, but Sonny's still grand. I like Sonny. You know, you look at the right wing, go, oh, Kulusevski and Brennan Johnson. It's not great. It's not great, but I think they'll look at it and go, yeah, but we still need another left back. We still need another right back. We still need a centre half. We still need 2 midfielders, which my next video is on midfielders. I promise it's a good one as well. All right. But anyway, guys, at the end of the video, I hope you enjoyed it. Drop a like on the video. If you did, hit me in the comment section down below your thoughts and feelings about that striker list. You know, there's some good names on it. I want to know your thoughts and feelings about the 2 guys that we haven't really spoken about that much. Obviously, subscribe to the channel if you're new and hit the bell notification for more. But anyway, guys, at the end of the video, I will see you all very, very soon. Take care, guys.